Mercedes-Benz. Twisted Tea, Hard Iced Tea. Google Pixel 7. And by Taco Bell. A reminder for you, come up later in the game, it's our play of the game, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Just over 10 minutes remaining here, third quarter. And the saddest story of the college football season, honoring the Cavaliers. Their home game canceled today after loss of 3 teammates and a couple other people that were injured, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the families of all those players who lost their lives. It's a horrible incident, and
can't imagine being a...
No, I can't either. Georgia at the 42 with Kendall Milton with Stetson Bennett in the backfield, and he'll get the carry on a counter, and Kendall Milton, nice run of 8 yards before Jordan Wright brings him down.
Well, they've run this play about 10 times so far in this game. It's the counter, as Brad has been telling you. They pull the backside guys, just follow those big ones coming around. Big block by Washington, by the way. There's always a big block by Washington out there. In fact, we were talking about the long runs so far for Georgia this year. Washington has been involved in both of them.
There's a great block.
Yeah, even though he wasn't the ball carrier.
Second down and 2. Milton again. Kendall Milton again. Big run. Still bounce it off. Would-be tacklers to the 36-yard line. A pickup of 13 more.
Well, watch him again. The big tight end. Not only a receiver, but he seals off the inside. Gets a little help by Rosamund Jack Sake that play. What a way to seal that line off.
Georgia going with some tempo here. Milton broke another tackle. Looking like he wants more and more carries. First it was McIntosh. Now it's Milton, the 2 upperclassmen.
Well, it's been a staple of this Georgia offense. They always got 2 of them, right? I mean, at least. And this team has 3 of them. And they use them. They all seem to be about the same size. They're physical. They're patient at the line of scrimmage. And they break a lot of tackles.
Now they go to the third guy. Who's not a normal third guy. Dejon Edwards back in there.
His third guy who actually came to the game with the most
yards. That's right. Second down and 7. And they're going to keep hammering it. And he's got a first down, and Georgia's starting to maul the Kentucky defense on this drive.
That's as pretty of a jump cut you can do twice in one run. Watch this patience. Watch him jump twice. Hands it, stop, jump. Jump inside. Wow, beautiful. 2 great cuts on that play.
First down at the 22. Now Bennett's going to loft it out to Edwards. Edwards got a block on the corner, got inside the 20 to the 19. Zion Childress in on another tackle from the secondary. Georgia, after a stop on downs, an interception, and a punt, got field goals out of all of them. And now after their own interception, they're driving down and in the red zone again.
Well, it's interesting on that interception on the long pass to McConkey. I mean, Bennett came into this game leading FBS quarterbacks in passes to non-wide receivers. The most yards to tight ends and running backs. He goes deep, he gets picked off.
The guy wanted to go deep to. McConkey is in motion. They're just going to keep running it. Kenny McIntosh back in there, another first down. McIntosh has got it first and goal inside the 10.
Yeah, you could almost feel that this one was going to come back with power football. We saw it, remember, in the SEC, was it the SEC championship? Might have been the national championship game. That was. They were behind. They came back and ran the ball against Alabama and just kind of changed the ball game there to take a 1-point lead. Those kind of blend together too.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
They've met each other. Not this year. They're not meeting each other.
They won't meet each other in the SEC title game this year. They'll be LSU right at the 10-yard line. It's first and goal.
Yeah, they'll learn these 10 yards for a touchdown, won't they?
McIntosh. That's a tough half a yard.
This is where Stetson cuts to come be valuable with his legs. Last 4 games, he scored a touchdown running the ball.
They like to do that little RPO, and then if he's got the corner out there and there's nobody home, he'll just take it that way.
That's right. There's about 3 plays in one. He can hand it off, he can hit that back in the flat, or he can just take it himself.
Second and goal.
They like to bring Bowers across the formation and put him in the flat.
Instead, they do it with Darnell Washington. From the 9.
There's Bowers in the flat.
And there's the touchdown by Kenny McIntosh.
He's done it either way. Beautiful design play. Handed off for the run, had Bowers to the wing. 3 plays in 1, like triple option offense.
9-yard touchdown run by Kenny McIntosh.
Watch Bowers going behind. You can hand it off if you want. You can keep it if you want. Not a bad decision there at all, either way.
Only 1 pass in there. The rest was ground and pound for the Georgia offense.
And even that pass was behind the line of scrimmage. There was 1 man. The receivers were downfield blocking. It was basically run every play.
Von Leslie in for the point after. His first extra point attempt of the day, and it's good. Georgia goes 58 yards in 8 plays, just under 4 minutes. Kenny McIntosh and Kendall Milton do most of the work, and it's a dog 16-0.
Gillette presents the Gillette Labs with Exfoliating Bar, a razor designed to take the hassle out of your routine with effortless shaving and 1 efficient stroke. The bar and the handle removes unseen dirt and debris.
CBS Wednesday, Survivor is all new with shifting alliances and heated competitions. It's anyone's game. Don't miss a new Survivor Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS. So Georgia with the first touchdown of the ball game. 9-yard run. As they did most of that on the ground on that last drive, Kenny McIntosh, look at those even numbers on the touchdown run. 7th for the year for Kenny. Getting a little oxygen over there on the sideline. He's giving his team a 16-0 lead. Barry Brown waiting on Jack Leslie's kickoff. Georgia trying to go to 11-0. They already know they're going to be in the SEC championship against LSU. They've got another quarter and a half here, and then it's Georgia Tech to wrap up the regular season. This one is returnable, and Barry Brown will bring it from ARP.
He on that home, he on the home at the lake that's
Broke a couple tackles and got it out to the 25. Now it's time for a hometown connection presented by T-Mobile. Here's Jenny.
This year, Kentucky signed its highest-ranked recruiting class in school history, including Lexington native Dane Key, who grew up just 6 miles from here. He was the state's #1 prospect. Dane received over 20 national offers, but he chose Kentucky, which also happened to be where his father, Dante, played in the mid-90s. Now, here's a little twist to the story. Coach Dukes passed on Dane's older brother, Devin. He told us he made a big mistake there, that Mama Key took a while to warm back up to him, but didn't make that same mistake twice, guys.
Yeah, got a really good player, and he said, I got Mom back on my side now. That's good.
We all know getting her on your side always works better.
Absolutely. Great story. And Levis, second time he's carried it today, picks up 6 yards.
So Ness, here's the challenge for Kentucky. 3 straight games they haven't even thrown for 200 yards. 59 yards passing so far. If you really look, since Kirby's got this Georgia team going in 17, the quarterbacks that he's lost to, even when they beat Baker Mayfield, a double overtime, Tua, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Kyle Trask, Mac Jones. I mean, it's tough to beat this Georgia team if you don't play a high-level quarterback.
Yeah, you got to be almost perfect. Off the play fake, Levis wants to throw, has to lob it, and incomplete intended for DeMarcus Harris. And at the end of the play, Georgia was getting some heat on Will Levis.
And Kamari Lassiter is having himself a really good football game here. Stays in phase, has to be a perfect pass. We saw a perfect pass early in the game, remember?
Yep.
Coming out of their own end zone. But that's what they challenge. That's why I said with these little pressure is, we'll let that go. You talk about those high-level quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Tua. I mean, to move it against this defense, you better bring it all. I think to beat him, you got to bring a high-level passing game.
Big third down for Kentucky if they want to stay in this game at the 5.5-minute mark of the third quarter. Down 2 scores. Third down at 4. Levis fires, should have been caught incomplete. Skipped off the hands of Jaton McClain, and it's 4th down.
This time, Will Levis went to the exact guy he should. Let's see how accurate it is. Perfect little spot, zip it in there. Oh, you got to catch that. You got to make that play for your football team. Can't throw it any better. And then Will goes, I've been getting it pounded back here. I just got hit on the one before. And,
Little help.
Yeah, a little help. That's something you do in your sleep and practice every day, and can't make it when you need to.
Berry's had a 45-yard punt and a 54-yard punt and roll. This time, Conkey lets it go out of bounds at about the 25 or 26-yard line. So Georgia's got the ball back. They scored last time. They've got 5:19 in the third quarter and a 16-point lead.
With Sonic's 2 for $5 menu, you get 2 delicious things for only $5. How will you know which 2 to choose? Don't ask us. That's a rhetorical.
Aerial coverage of today's game is brought to you by Goodyear. Georgia shutting out Kentucky right now. Invesco bringing you today's Scholar Athletes. Jack Leslie for Georgia, who's accounted for 10 points today for them, 111 on the year. Will Levis for Kentucky. Invesco proud to support student athletes on and off the field with a donation of $1,000 to both Georgia and Kentucky's general scholarship funds. Dejon Edwards in the backfield was Stetson Bennett. He'll get the carry and get a couple. Last drive for Georgia, all 3 backs have just jammed it down Kentucky's throat.
Yeah, there's artistry in a beautiful running game sometimes. When you match up the power up front, highly recruited players with backs that are patient and learn how to find those holes. When you're calling plays up there like offensive coordinator Todd Monken is doing, it's easy to dial them that work and look just like that. That's as good a drive as you could have for Georgia.
See if they keep doing much of the same. Second down and 8. Edwards, only a couple more. We'll bring up third down.
Good answer. Back-to-back stops that time.
Khalil Saunders, big fella, on the tackle, or at least stopping Edwards.
Now the decision. You've got a 16-0 lead right now. You're backed up on your 30. Last real pass that your quarterback threw was an interception. How do you call a play here if you're Todd Monken?
There's Todd, the offensive coordinator for Georgia. See what he's dialed up. Brock Bowers is on the right side. McConkey is as well.
They have not been able to get pressure bringing forward. They did a blitz.
Play clock down to 1. Just got it off. They're going to bring pressure from the secondary. Bennett throws, almost intercepted, but it's caught by Blaylock. Dominic Blaylock. And a big play for Georgia. That was so close to being a pick 6 going the other way.
I got to say, when he threw it, I went, uh-oh, to myself. I didn't want to interrupt your call, but I went, this could go the other way. Look at that. Inches away to the outside. That's an outside linebacker right there, and he had a chance. He had the big interception against Florida earlier in the year that changed that ball game, and that could have been a big changing play as well.
Instead, it's a 35-yard pass play and a first down at the Kentucky 34.
Man, threw it flat-footed. Opportunity an inch shorter could have been.
Only a yard for Kendall Milton. Take another look from the back end of the pass play.
I want to look at it as we watch this one kind of a little bit wider. Watch number 15 have a chance for it to the flat. What we really should do is put the camera on Todd Monken on this throw. That's the angle I'd like to see. Right when that ball's let go, he would be,
Oh, yes. No, yeah. And again, Stetson Bennett sidearmed that baby just over the fingertips of the defender. And second down and 9 now. Bowers switches sides. The tight end lines up on the left. Kenny McIntosh behind his blocking. And he's not going to get much this time. Nice job by Kentucky. Again, the big guy, Khalil Saunders. All 6'5", 290 pounds of the redshirt freshman.
Georgia's run this play so many times in this game. Takes me back in the days when I was running it with Billy Sims. We would get in a huddle and literally just say Billy right or Billy left. Everybody knew what the play was. You think he gets in a huddle and go, we're going to go to the left. And everybody knows what the play is.
And it still didn't stop him.
Yeah.
Well, here's another third down situation. Stetson Bennett picked it up on that last throw on third down.
Talking about the great Billy Sims, by the way.
McConkey in motion. There, keep it on the ground. Little sidestep, and McIntosh. Not only the first down, but more. All the way down to the 8-yard line.
Well, they beat the early penetration, and then after that, it was over, wasn't it? Penetration inside, watch him sidestep it. Gets it deep. Oh, man, actually, the penetration was being mauled. There was nobody there to even make the tackle.
When he hits that hole, he really explodes. Here's a lob pass. And out of bounds at the 5 is Dominique Blaylock, who has 2 catches on this drive.
There was penetration, but there were blockers on top of the penetration. And that's what made the cut so easy and smooth to make.
Georgia at the Kentucky 5. Second down and goal.
Remember, they had Bowers in the flat when they handed the ball off on the touchdown for an easy touchdown. Let's see if they come back to that counter look and flip out Bowers into the right flat.
Bowers is on the left flank. It's Edwards. Still driving. Down to the 1 or very close.
Same play. Gave it again. Bowers goes behind the line of scrimmage with the potential flip out to the outside, but this time everybody just pulling.
You know, Kentucky's doing all they can, and they're playing as hard as they can defensively, but this is just demoralizing.
Yeah, I don't think it's that they're tired. It's just that they look up at the scoreboard and go, do we have anything? And here comes Jalen Carter on offense. We saw this last year, didn't we?
Jumbo set here. He'll be the up man in the eye. With Dejon Edwards the tail. Third down and goal from the 1. Edwards didn't get there. Nice job by Kentucky. The goal line standing.
Yeah, he tried to follow Jalen Carter, but he didn't. Jalen goes a little hole wider, and he sticks it inside. There's nothing there. And as the fourth quarter starts, Kirby Smart's going to have to decide if he wants to make it 19-0 or go for it.
Go for it would be 4th and goal outside the 1. We'll find out when the fourth quarter starts when we come back.
COVID-19.
Georgia leading 16-0. 4th and goal at the 1-yard line, and Georgia is electing to go for it. They haven't gone on 4th down today, but they are 9 out of 10 on the year. And they've only given up 119 yards to Kentucky's offense, so they're going to try to nail Crawford right here. And no. Campbell Milton didn't get there. Nice job by Kentucky's defense, led by Joaris Dinkins.
No push on back-to-back plays. So you say they might have lost a little heart. It's hard to look up there with no points, but the blue wall this time was put by the defensive line for Kentucky.
Defensive coordinator Brad White's defense makes a huge stop. Still 16-0 Georgia.
It was a night at the Home Depot, at every location. A night when our stores see a grand transformation. We bring out the tools you really do need, like snowmen and string lights and plenty of trees. We work through the night preparing our Splinter for Black Friday savings all through November. And what you do next is always fantastic, because we have the tools to make your holiday magic. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Introducing IHG One Rewards. 17 hotel brands, 6,000 global destinations. One loyalty program that lets you guess how you guessed.
Where's your fees at? When you make these watch harder?
By Pond, and we are underway. Levis throws to the end zone. Picked off by Gringo. Runs into the end zone. Now he's going to return it. Bennett setting deep. He is throwing deep. Down the middle of the field. Chance to pick it up. And they got it. From the 9.
There's Bowers in the flat.
And there's the touchdown by Kenny McIntosh. Now look at our IHG Hotels and Resorts game recap. Kenny McIntosh, 100-yard game and his 7th touchdown of the year. Georgia's last trip to the red zone got him down to the 1-yard line. Welcome back to the booth, everybody. Brad and Gary. Georgia's last drive, 10 plays, 72 yards. Problem is they needed 73.
Yeah, I think the drive before was so easy, they said, oh, let's just push this thing in. I got to be honest, if I would have called it, if I was I'd have gone for it too.
I would have too.
Yeah, because if they get 8 points there, it's 24-0, 9 for 10, as you mentioned. I think it was a worthwhile gamble, and now, yeah, it's 16-0, but
they're at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and you got to figure your offensive line has been pushing around all game. Get some push. They didn't do it. Give Kentucky credit.
Bad news for the Wildcats offense. Will Levis is about 5 yards deep in his own end zone to take this snap. That's Dingle, the tight end, in motion. Levis looking that way and fires it in the dirt, incomplete. Dane Key, I guess, was the intended receiver.
Yeah, it's you know, sometimes for Will Levis comes back for this year with such high hopes. So many things talked about this being one of the hopes of this Kentucky team with the firepower of Levis, Rodriguez, but the young receivers. I mean, they got a transfer receiver and in Key and Brown, 2 true freshmen, never really seem to have hooked up. They don't look like they're on the same page on a lot of throws. Couple that with a lot of sacks and new offensive linemen, you can see it's a perfect storm.
Yeah. Or the imperfect storm, whatever it is. Rodriguez is
Spaghetti clock, 14:51.
to put that 1 second back on. Levis, empty backfield. Got both those young tight ends in there. Gaddis and Dingle. And again, he'll take it 5 yards deep in his own end zone. And now he's going to run with it to get himself some room to work and might even have a first down out of it. Rodriguez got a nice block.
Yeah, and that's the Will Levis we thought we'd see this year. You know, terrorizing these defenses with his legs and size and arm, but you know, he's been playing, you know, with 1 foot basically all year.
And a banged up shoulder as well. First down at the 11. Rodriguez, strong run. There's the Chris Rodriguez we're used to. For about 15.
He's pushing through, what, 4 guys? He gets some help late, but most of that was Rodriguez.
So another Kentucky first down.
2 of the best drives have been coming out of their own end zone.
I was going to say, we'll come up with a goal line stand. Yeah, this is the best they've looked
since the opening one, right?
Yeah. On the 26. Levis, pressure coming, going deep. Got a man there and got it to him at the 35, and it's Marion Brown, one of those young guys Gary just talked about. And Georgia got lost in the secondary a little bit there somehow.
Lead man in the stack this time. Gets his speed. Oh, double break. He broke in, then he broke out, and then back in for the nice throw and a big play. Remember, coming into this game, no big passing plays for the last 4 games. 2 from today.
Yeah, that was a 42-yarder in front of Chris Smith, the most experienced guy Georgia has in the secondary.
Yeah, but the experience that Chris Smith is to stay away from those man-to-man coverages. They isolate him. That was good. Play call, good design by this Kentucky offense.
Ja'Tai McClain back in the backfield for Kentucky as they moved it from their own 1 to the Georgia 32. RPO is right on the money to Caddis, the tight end, and he's got it at the 16. And the Cats got something going here.
It looked like the RPO, he was never going to get it out of the stomach of the ball carrier. He got it out clean, and there's that quick release. And you know, another thing about that left shoulder, when you throw, that left shoulder is your trigger. That's what gives you the quick release. And when that thing's bothering you and your left toe, it's a tough chore for a quarterback.
You're kind of cocking it right to the left to let it rip. Well, they've got gains of 42 and 16 yards off the arm of Will Levis, and they worked it to the Georgia 16-yard line. Just a 2-possession game. Touchdown, a 2-point conversion here. We got a ball game. Levis out in the flat to Brown again. Trying to make one man miss and only got about a 2-yard gain out of it. Javon Bullard brought him down.
And I would think right now, considering the way these games go, if you're Kentucky and you're calling plays, you're thinking 4-down territory right now as you call this 2nd down play.
Rich Gagarello is the offensive coordinator for Wildcats. So far, what he's dialing up is paying off. 2nd and 8. Georgia shifts on their defensive front. Chris Rodriguez trying to bounce it outside. And he's going to get 3 out of it, maybe 4. Chris Smith and Chaz Chambliss in on the tackle for Georgia. Next snap will come with less than 11 minutes to go. Georgia pitching a shutout. We've had a couple of those already this year, but this is the best looking drive for Kentucky all day. Empty backfield. 3rd down and 5. They can get a first at the 6-yard line. Now Rodriguez is going to come back and join Levis in the Wildcat backfield. Georgia's bringing an extra rusher. Levis got rid of it and threw it dart, but a great catch with an even better tackle out there in the flat. Keely Ringo.
Yeah, we saw that all game against Tennessee. Remember how well those Georgia defensive backs tackled in the secondary. Tennessee completed a lot of passes, and this is a great catch to the outside by Brown, but a sure tackle to make it 4th and 3.
Started this drive on the 1. Kentucky's last 99-yard drive was 7 years ago. As Gary said, they need 3 more yards, and this one's going to end 2.
Well, a lot of people compare Will Levis to Josh Allen. This is where you'd like to see the Josh Allen run in the quarterback position.
Levis, slant, touchdown, Barry Brown.
Going for 2. Beautiful design play by Spirigello that time. Trips, watch a fake pick, and then slant right behind it. This receiver goes right at him, come right underneath it. Right at the 3rd guy, come right in it, crisscross, there's the opening. Beautiful delivery, how about that drop?
99 yards, and they go for 2.
So Kirby, when we think, yeah, we'll make that 1 yard, and if I don't, they're not going to go 99, well, both things went wrong.
Yep. They're over on 2-point conversions. They desperately need this one. Even if they don't get it, it's just a 2-score game. But this would make it really interesting in the next 10 minutes. Levis, the fade to the corner, overshot Barry Brown, the guy that caught the touchdown pass.
The last third, get his arm on the receiver right down to gear to slow him down. A little pushing, shoving, I think a good no call.
Another look at the touchdown. A 99-yard drive in 9 plays. A 9-yard touchdown. And it's a 10-point game.
This thing, it's making you get an ice bath again.
What do you mean? These straps are mind-blowing. They collect hundreds of data points like HRV and REM sleep, so you know all you need for recovery.
And you are?
I'm an investor in Invesco QQQ, a fund that gives me access to NASDAQ 100 innovations like wearable training optimization tech.
Hello?
I'm done.
Become an agent of innovation with Invesco QQQ.
I'm okay.
Before investing, carefully read and consider fund objectives, risk, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
Yeah. Are they still at it?
What do you think?
1, 2, down, up. They just don't stop, do they?
Nope.
What's that noise?
Devontae got a tuba.
We all know it's a problem, but no one wants to talk about it.
Yep.
You gotta do something about all those Alabama players in the house.
It's the elephant in the room.
Exactly, and it's really uncomfortable.
No, literally. The elephant is in the room. And you should come home.
Over the past 2 years, Jersey Mike's fundraiser for Feeding America has been a huge success. Their efforts helped provide more than 75 million meals when people needed it most. But there's still work to be done.
Thank you, Claire. This year, we'd like to invite you back to Jersey Mike's for another special weekend. Come in this Saturday and Sunday, where 20% of all sales will be donated to Feeding America, helping families in need.
Together, we always make a difference.
The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Nissan, Jersey Mike's Subs, State Farm, and by Invesco QQQ. Will Levis, 17 touchdown pass of the year, has closed the gap to 16-6 here in Lexington.
Yeah, that was a man's drive right there by Will Levis and his football team. Remember, he scrambled out of the end zone. Again, not 100%, we know that, but that's the guy when you're a quarterback and you're out there before the game saying, we got to do this together. He did it.
Kearis Jackson will field this kick at the 6-yard line. And flags fly as he got to the 30. Penalty markers all over the place. Flags were flown in front of where he was stopped on the kick return. Normally a block behind him.
During the return,
Back is behind him.
Receiving team, number 80. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
So that's going to send it back to about the 20-yard line to start the drive. But we send it back to Adam Zucker in our New York studio for a Jeep update. Zuck.
All right, Ness, number 2 Ohio State also in a close one, but they got a punt block deep in Maryland territory. True freshman Dallin Hayden scoring right there. Buckeyes on top now 20-13. Got that big one with Michigan next week looming too.
So Georgia at the 20. Here with 9:47 to go in the ball game. And it's Kenny McIntosh again. Cartwheels out for 12 yards and a first down, Georgia.
Yeah, this is the zone read to the left side. Stetson Bennett can keep it if he wants. He holds that blitzing slot from Phillips, number 23. See how he just held him just enough because he has the threat of keeping that ball that allowed that crease for that gain.
Well, what a game for Kenny McIntosh at this point. A touchdown on a 133-yard day on 15 carries, and I'm sure he's not done yet. Bulldog first down at a 33. McIntosh again, weaving his way on the inside for 3 more. So, Kirby Smart, Mark Stoops, active head coach, as I mentioned this at halftime. Mark Stoops behind Nick Saban in longevity, and then Kirby's next in his 7th year, also with a national championship. With that, we test your knowledge with trivia question. Who's the longest active head coach in the nation at one school? Not the SEC, the whole country. See how we tile that together?
Yeah, very nicely. Before the snap, too.
Yeah. 2nd down and 7. McIntosh waits for his blockers. Gets out across the 40, but it's going to be a 3rd down. Getting cooler out, it feels like to me, Jenny. I don't know about you.
It is. First time I've really seen the players spend a lot of time in front of the heater. Stetson Bennett just had the massage gun going on his right arm and shoulder. He was standing in front of the heater, stretching out, making sure his muscles were nice and warm. It's like mid-20s down here, guys.
Yeah. It was about 37-38 at kickoff. But as the sun is going down and the wind has increased a little bit, it's a little bit chilly.
This is the play not just for a stop, but to climb left in this football game. This Kentucky defense needs to stop Georgia right here.
Powers in motion to the inside to help block for McIntosh. They're not going to get it.
Nope.
No gain on 3rd and 2. Deion Walker came in and got a piece of him.
That's 3 consecutive short yards plays that Georgia's offensive line has not moved Kentucky an inch. 2 down at the goal line with an opportunity to put the game away. And now here, the opportunity to take another 2.5 minutes off the clock.
This is Georgia's first punt of the day. Brett Thorson, who we saw knock a 75-yarder against Tennessee out of bounds at the 1-yard line. He'd like to do something like that here. Davian Robinson is back as a return man. Robinson lets it go, and it goes out of bounds, and where are they going to mark it? Around the 5, or are they going to walk it up higher? Oh, not even close.
There, 10-yard line.
That's still not a bad point. So Thorson does his job. 90 yards away from a score, but remember last time they were 99 yards away from a score.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I want that personal price plan. So how's this for personal? They're a mustache up players' faces when they're asleep.
Coach Reed, you don't need to get that personal to get the State Farm personal price plan. It helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Oh,
Coach, it happened again.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Call it quick to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The holidays were lonely for the Yeti, but after saving big with early Black Friday at Amazon, Yeti became social. Shop legendary deals at Amazon.
With Sonic's 2 for $5 menu, you get 2 delicious things for only $5. How will you know which 2 to choose? Don't ask us. That's a rhetorical question. And everyone knows 2 for $5 is better than 1, which is helpful if you struggle with decision making. The Sonic 2 for $5 menu.
Sonic. Wish your car's air freshener didn't start so strong and then fade too soon? Try Febreze car vent clips. Unlike other fresheners, Febreze releases a consistent amount of scent day after day for 40 days. Won't overwhelm, won't fade away. Febreze car. Love it or get your money back.
A new Amazing Race, Wednesday at 9/8 Central on CBS.
CBS Sports embraces authentic stories. Share yours at hashtag MyNativeStory. Story this one, 6:55 remaining. Georgia in front of Kentucky by 10. We asked you the Aflac trivia question a couple of minutes ago, and it was, who's the longest active head coach in the nation at one school? We told you about the SEC. Kirk Ferentz, Iowa, in his 24th year. I believe they're in action right now as we speak. From the 10-yard line, Kentucky's got it back. Went 99 on 9 plays last time. Will Levis getting some pressure, but going deep. The ball is waddling in the air, and it's caught again by Barbarian Brown.
You better bring your passing game if you want to move the ball against Georgia. Deep shots. This is really the 3rd deep shot that Kentucky has hit against this Georgia defense. They've been crowded. This defense has been close. But when the ball's up in the air, the offense has the advantage.
47-yard pickup to the Georgia 43. I thought that thing was a dying duck when he let it go.
But they're catchable.
So immediately one play and into Georgia territory. To Tom McClain in the backfield with Levis. We approach the 6-minute mark. Georgia bringing some pressure on Levis. Oh, and just off the fingertips of Jordan Dingle, he would have had a first down and much more.
What a beautifully designed play. You run a screen to the left, then you spin around and fake the quick screen out to the right, and then you delay the tight end right here, delays for the sneak in the middle. Beautiful play. Everybody has it. Everybody has that play. Just hard to call it once in a while because it takes a while, and that's probably the 2nd pass that had just been inches away from a big play.
There's a quarterback comparison on the day. Right now it's Will Levis, number 7, who's leading the charge for the Wildcats. They try to draw closer to Georgia, and he lofts it to the corner.
Yep.
Flag sliding, and it's going to be pass interference on Kamari Lassiter.
No. Ball just thrown underthrown just enough that when the receiver turns around to get it, Lassiter runs right into him.
Dane Key trying to stay with that ball, got the flag.
Pass interference. Defense, number 3. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And the last 3 big catches. Dane Key for the touchdown. Barian Brown on the long pass, and then Key again. True freshman. Remember, field goal is big here still for Kentucky. Makes it a 1-possession game.
First down at the 28.
Jalen Carter just re-entered the game. This is the first play of this series he's been in.
A quick release, throwing the ball in and out of the hands of Dangle. Georgia's got it. Chris Smith heading down the sideline. They're bringing it back.
Calling it incomplete, clearly called by the officials. 3 of them making the same call. Let's see. Perfect pass. Not
football move, no.
I don't think so. He had it long enough to me. Did he have it long enough? Was it a football move? I guess is the look. We'll see if it goes to replay.
Gene Steratore is with us in the booth. Gene, what'd you see?
To me, it just doesn't feel like it's enough of a time element there for the football move. Just as he starts to turn, it gets popped out, and it's a bang-banger, but I think it completes the right call, guys.
And that's what they go with. Second down and 10 then at the 28. Georgia with a blitz off the corner. Levis throws that way. Too strong, incomplete. To Rashawn Lewis.
Yeah, Smile Manda, number 2, that time was in the face of Levis, forced that pass, blitz from the right side of the screen, forces it high, and just a bit off target.
Now the field goal, if they don't get this third down, will be about 46 yards.
From here.
But still a third down to try to pick it up.
Remember, this team has given up 39 sacks. None in this game.
They had one, but it was taken away by penalty. Otherwise, they haven't hit Levis. They're coming at him now as he lets it fly. They got it to Barian Brown again.
I think it's a first down, don't you think?
It looks like the forward progress is past the sticks at the 18, I think.
You can see the arm strength from Will Levis and why a lot of the pro scouts love him, the way he delivers that ball quickly.
Georgia trying to change up their personnel. Kentucky trying to go quickly. Nobody's set. Sidearm out to Brown again. And he got out of bounds. It's going to be right around the 16.
We saw it last year when we watched Will play in person. The way he could snap those balls off. There's no windup, just a trigger, and it's out there. Goes 235 pounds, 6'4".
Georgia won that game last year, 30-13 in Athens, but Kentucky, their touchdown drive, took about 11 minutes and was at the end of the game, so it was more lopsided than what we're seeing right now. 5 minutes to go. 10-point game. And second down and 9 for the Wildcats. Blitz coming off the corner. Levis is going down at the 20. They finally got to him. Javon Bullard, who had a huge game against Tennessee as a rusher, and he's got another one here.
As a rusher and as a cover person coming right off there. Why is he there? There's only 2 players, 2 receivers. He's coming off the edge, not picked up quick enough by Kentucky.
3rd and 13, and now Georgia's going to have to take a timeout. They didn't have the personnel they wanted on the field or couldn't get the extra person off, one of the 2. 4:26 remaining. Top-ranked Georgia in a dog and cat fight in Kentucky.
Smile Direct Club. You pop them in, you go to bed, and they do all the work.
Straighten your teeth while you sleep with Smile Direct Club nighttime aligners.
They don't interfere with your daily lifestyle at all.
Choose easy. Choose Smile. Get started for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
Football, beer, wings. Yes, boneless wings on pizza. TVs, overtime, wings on pizza, sauce, friends, wings on pizza, wings, pizza, pizza, wings, beer, and now pizza. B-Dubs is the only place for football.
A caring man took a walk. He saw people suffering. Anxiety ran high. Hatred rose. prepare a feast and bring them together, he thought. But some refused to join him. He was heartbroken because he wanted everyone to be filled, not with food and wine, but with compassion.
Hello. I saw you move in and I wanted to welcome you to the neighbourhood with some homemade biscuits.
Oh, that's so nice.
And a little tip, Geico could help you save on homeowners insurance.
Oh.
Cookies? Biscuits.
Got a little nutmeg in there?
Oh, it's my mum's secret recipe.
You can tell me.
It's a secret.
Is it cinnamon?
It's my mum's secret recipe.
Call Geico and see how easy saving on homeowners and condo insurance can be.
I'll come back for the plate.
New CBS Wednesday. 8 players left. You gotta decide who your alliance is gonna be and make it strong.
I'm doubting myself. I don't know if I can do this.
I've seen a lot of things, and that is up there at the top.
A new Survivor, Wednesday on CBS.
GMC game changers. This freshman wide receiver Barry Brown has been huge in the second half. Only about 165 pounds, a freshman out of Nashville, but he's come up big here.
Yes, and so has Dane Key for the touchdown, but willing to throw the ball deep has been a big part of it for that third down throw right there. And the freshman going up and catching it in traffic. That was big time football.
Named a mid-season freshman All-American. He's playing like one right now.
Second in the nation in kickoff returns.
Got a 100-yarder for a touchdown. Today, a big day. You just saw his numbers. On this drive that started at the 10-yard line, has gone 70 yards in 7 plays, all passes, and another one upcoming right here. Third down at 13. Levis, heat on him again. That one goes to the sideline. It's 4th down.
Got to take the field goal. Make it a one-possession game right now. Field goal, yes. Mark was spending a lot of time arguing about whether there was interference in the back of the field of play right there. There was a jam. Was he more than 5 yards downfield? Mark Stevens thought he was, and Will Levis thought he was. When you watch it,
Intentional grounding. Offense number 7.
That's a tough call.
The passer was in the tackle box and threw the ball to the area with no receiver. Lost him down and spotted a foul.
See, what Will is saying
down.
is the receiver got knocked down just as I was letting it go. This is a tough call, Gene.
It is, Gary, and you know, you can't read intent if the receiver ran the wrong route. There is a chuck before the ball leaves the quarterback's hand, so it's not pass interference. But officials can't rule whether the receiver broke the wrong way or not. They have to stay with the principles. He's in the pocket, under pressure. When he lets the ball go, there's no receiver in the area. Yeah. That was the communication they had.
But it's not that he went the wrong way. He was knocked down when he was going that direction. It's not that he went the wrong way. That's the problem, and why Coach Stoops is so upset with the call.
A little more than upset.
You've had that. That's sometimes you just gotta pretend you don't hear it, right?
You never take it personal. You just you try to tell them what you feel, and then you take it back.
The tough part of it is it could take him out of
4th down.
Oh, they're going to move it back. So did he win his argument? Oh, this is... They called intentional grounding, and now they picked it up, and Will's going, what am I arguing about?
Well, it's Matt Ruffalo right now, who last week had field goals at 47, 27, and 39. He had a 37-yarder blocked. This is his first attempt today. This is from 38 yards to try to make it a one-score game. 6th-year senior Matt Ruffalo. Bad snap and a bad kiss. No good.
The laces were right at the kicker because of the bad snap. He did not have enough time to spin it.
Chance Poore was trying to get the ball off the ground on the snap from Cade DeGraw, and that one never had a chance.
No.
Here's another look.
Snap is low, bounces.
Hopper.
Look at that. Laces are right at the kicker. What they really don't want to see. It spooks them.
A wasted drive that went 70 yards. And the field goal's no good. And the lead remains double digits for Georgia.
Ness, a lot went great on that drive for Kentucky. And then at the end, it just couldn't be finished off. I mean, everybody had an argument. That receiver was going into that area. Then they call intentional grounding. Then it's not. And it just didn't seem like Kentucky could get back in sync then when they got up there.
So Georgia takes over with 4:17 remaining.
That seemed to be a very poor job by the officiating crew right there. Kentucky was completely off balance. Didn't know what was going on at all.
Georgia goes back to Kenny McIntosh for 1 yard. And Kentucky has all its timeouts, but eventually they'll have to use them. Georgia has 2 remaining.
Yeah, and remember it, because of it going for 2, which they had to, obviously. It's a 2-possession game for Kentucky.
So Kentucky uses one of their timeouts. Just over 4 minutes to go. Top-ranked Georgia clinging to a 10-point lead here in Lexington.
Twisted Tea fans love football, so we're surprising them with a Twisted Tea drop. We're kicking off game day with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Cold, refreshing, and goes down smooth with 5% alcohol. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Ah, humbug.
Happy holidays, Mr. Scrooge.
I can barely get reception outside the old town center.
You need a better network. 'Tis the season to switch to Verizon.
Tis?
Tis. You get a free 5G phone when you do.
Free phone?
Plus, Verizon gives you another great gift. A tablet, a smartwatch, earbuds.
Well, the more gifts, the merrier. For me.
Oh, Scrooge.
Only Verizon gives you a free 5G phone and another gift, like a tablet, smartwatch, and earbuds, all on us. Wow! Switch now to the network America relies on. Verizon.
This is NFL Plus. Live games, replays, films, and shows. This is your game on the go. NFL Plus. Start your free trial today.
A huge helping of college football coming up on Thanksgiving weekend, starting at noon Friday with Utah State taking on Boise State, followed by an SEC matchup between Arkansas and Missouri. Then next Saturday, 3:30, SEC on TBS as the next chapter of the Iron Bowl, Auburn and Alabama. It all starts with a drive to Atlanta and the State Farm College Football Today. College Football Feast next weekend on CBS. Load your plate and we'll empty it for you. Kentucky with 2 timeouts remaining. 4:10 remaining in the ball game. Georgia second down and 9. And here comes Stetson Bennett. Going to get a first down and tiptoes out of bounds. First time today he's used his legs by design, pretty much.
Yep.
And it's a big play.
I thought we would have seen it a couple times near the goal line to kind of put this game away, but they stuck to run the ball inside, didn't pick up the touchdown, but still in control of this football game.
Stetson with a 17-yard pickup out to the 38-yard line, and you see him with the hands,
and
with
remember,
your fingers saying, let's get in the huddle, guys.
And remember, in college ball, it doesn't really matter if you go out of bounds until you're under 2 minutes, not under 4 minutes.
You don't want to use all of that play clock. Nope, it's going to go a little quicker than that. Dejon Edwards on the toss sweep. And Edwards out around the 43. So Kirby Smart, when we talked to him, quite frankly, doesn't tell us a lot of stuff that he tells the team, but he told Gary and Jenny and I yesterday, he said, I said to the team, in the last 40 years, how many teams do you think have gone back-to-back in the regular season, winning all your regular season SEC games? Of course, those kids don't know and probably don't care. But he said that's a pretty big accomplishment. It's only happened twice.
Sure.
Georgia's got an opportunity to do it right now.
It's the Spurrier group, and of course, Kirby was part of that Alabama group when they did it.
Kirby said I had to look it up myself because I figured in Alabama we did it several times, but they didn't.
You know, and I just tip my hat to Mark Stoops' football team this whole year, and of course Brad White, their defensive football team. Just think about this. Modern college football, if this Kentucky football team would have scored 25 points in every game, they would be 9-1 going into this game.
Yeah.
Just 25. That's not a lot to ask for in modern college football.
Timeout, 2:49. Third down and a yard coming up for Georgia.
story. She hasn't worked this hard to only get this far with her cholesterol. Taken with a statin, Leqvio can lower bad cholesterol by over 50% and keep it low with 2 doses a year. Side effects were injection site reaction, joint pain, urinary tract infection, diarrhea, chest cold, pain in legs or arms, and shortness of breath. With Leqvio, lowering cholesterol becomes just one more thing life throws your way. Ask your doctor about Leqvio. Lower, longer, Leqvio.
Join hosts Kevin Frazier and Kelty Knight for the biggest Turkey Day tradition of all, with Broadway performances and special guests. The Thanksgiving Day Parade on CBS.
Still to come, Adam Rick and BJ will bring you today's best highlights from the Super Saturday of college football on the post-game show presented by Rocket Mortgage. A lot of teams in the upper echelon of the college football rankings have struggled today. Georgia's doing the same thing here. Kentucky's down to 1 timeout. Georgia picks up this 3rd down. It should just about do it for the top-ranked team in the land.
Except for the last 3 times they had this type of play, they didn't get it.
That's right.
2 on the goal line and 1 the last time on 3rd down and short.
Didn't matter if it was Edwards, Milton, or McIntosh. In this case, it's McIntosh behind Bowers playing fullback. And it's Bennett trying to do it himself, and I don't think so.
Nope, he did not. They even tried the quarterback push, and it didn't work.
It's going to be 4th down.
As Gene likes to say, emptying the bucket. Georgia emptied their bucket on their short yardage and goal line plays, and they didn't work.
Came up over.
Yep.
Bennett trying to get pushed from behind by both McIntosh and Bauer, and it didn't get there. So 4th down in the yard. This thing is not over.
Nope. And I would assume Kentucky would take a timeout here, wouldn't they?
They got 1 left. And they did take their last time out, but they're going to get the ball back.
Research shows people remember commercials with nostalgia. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's one that'll really take you back.
Wow! What'd you get, Ryan? It's customized home insurance from Liberty Mutual.
What does it do, bud?
It customizes our home insurance so we only pay for what we need. And what did you get, Mike? I got a bike.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. I may be close to retirement, but I'm as busy as ever. And thanks to Voya, I'm confident about my future. Voya provides guidance for the right investments. They make me feel like I've got it all under control.
Voya, be confident to and through retirement.
At Chewy, you can save on all the gifts you need for the gifts that keep on giving.
Smile.
Because while they'll never understand this whole situation, they definitely get this. Thank goodness. Great prices, happy pets. Chewy.
I said before the timeout, Kentucky's going to get the ball back. That was an assumption on my part. It's 4th down and 1. And they are going to punt. Brett Thorson. I think there was some Kentucky thought that maybe Georgia was going to go for it because they just changed up their personnel in a hurry. And they still got Darian Brown back there, the freshman at the 10-yard line. And remember, he's got a 100-yard kickoff return to his credit as well this year. And we've seen what he can do as a wide receiver. Whoa, he's run into. The ball goes in the end zone. And the flags fly in. Georgia saying that the player was pushed into him.
Was he pushed? Was there Brown trying to block on the play so he couldn't be down?
Nyland Green is the guy that got tangled up back there, I think.
Well, we're going to get a look.
No, I don't know. 2 number 1s there. 1 in blue and 1 in white.
I couldn't not see if he got shoved on that one.
He didn't call fair catch, right?
I don't think he got shoved.
Kick catch interference.
Yeah.
Kicking team number 1. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First
I
down.
think his hand was just incidentally laid on his back. I didn't think he shoved him.
Gene, what do you think?
I think it's really unique in the sense that when you see the football where it's at and where the receiver now who doesn't signal fair catch and can block, is he in a position to receive that punt? He has to be in a position to catch the punt, have interference with the opportunity to catch.
I thought he was trying to block him
And
for a
that's
second.
exactly what I was feeling too, Gary. And I thought the ball was past him or just past him, so he's really not making an attempt to catch it.
Good point.
You know, and I think that was a discussion.
So Kentucky's got it at the 25. Down 10, no timeouts, 2:32 to go. And Will Levis, who's warmed up in the second half. Let's see if they can pull some magic out here. Barry Brown in motion. They throw it out to him. He's been the big receiver all day, and he got to the edge a little bit at least to get to the 29 and out of bounds.
I tell you, when you look fast against Georgia, you're fast, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when you stand out and go, that guy could just, he accelerated right there. When that stands out against Georgia's speed in the backfield, that means something.
Levis over the middle, low, but caught again. And that's Jaquan McClain. Looks like a first down. It is.
It was decent coverage that time by Monday, number 2 for Georgia. Forced him inside, but made sure he didn't get away from an easy tackle.
Next snap coming at the 2-minute mark. Georgia brings some extra heat. McClain makes another catch and then gets drilled out of bounds by David Solano. So we're under 2 minutes. Second down and 9. Kentucky needs 2 scores.
I bet Georgia Kirby is not happy having to put his defense back out there again when he could have put this game away 4 times on short yardage, right?
Yep. Georgia has beaten Kentucky 12 straight times. Trying to make it number 13, but they're making it hard on themselves, and so is Kentucky. And Will Levis got it to his tight end, Dingle. And that's going to be short of the first down by about a yard.
Yep, this is good defense again. If you're going to let him complete the ball short of a first down, that's good defense in this situation.
Third down and 1, little short pass. McClain, and he's dropped for a loss.
That was a curious call right there.
Michael Williams, a true freshman on the outside. Great open field stop.
Yeah, you're trying to catch this Georgia defense, but they've been locking on men the whole time.
Here's the ball game. 4th down. Levis loads and goes over the middle. Incomplete. If there's no flags, Georgia will take over. And there aren't any. And Kentucky has no other way to stop it. Kirby Smart knows that he can take the headset off now.
Yep. Well, it wasn't the pretty finish that Georgia and Kirby wanted, but they got the finish they needed. And they will go undefeated back-to-back years in the SEC.
And another tough outing for Will Levis.
This will make Will Levis a better football player, I'll tell you that right now. Playing with this group, young players fighting the whole game against a superior opponent. A lot of people will turn this tape on and watch Will Levis battle in this football game, not 100%, and be impressed.
Georgia in victory formation as Stetson Bennett will take a knee. Not only just to put a capper on back-to-back regular season running the table that Georgia has done, but with this win, it ties the all-time mark for senior class victories. And if they beat Georgia Tech next week, they will be the winningest senior class Georgia's ever had, and they've had some darn good ones. So they'll probably be about a 35-point favorite next week.
That's right.
Against Georgia Tech.
But they go into the SEC championship for the 5th time, and they've lost the last 3. So, they're really going to point for that football game against LSU. They want that one bad. They want that SEC championship on their way to the playoffs.
They could conceivably play 3 times at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The opener against Oregon, the SEC championship against LSU, and then a playoff game in the Peach Bowl. Well, they had to work like crazy today. 2 friends meet at midfield. A hard-fought Georgia victory as they go to 11-0 and 8-0 in conference play. Kentucky falls to 6-5 and 3-5 in the SEC. And Kirby Smart said all week that Kentucky's the most physical team that they play on an annual basis in a series that started and has been running for 76 times. Two quarterbacks get together, and he said, we're going to be in for a tough one, and they were.
They were.
And Jenny's with the winning coach.
Coach, it wasn't easy and it wasn't pretty. What's your heart rate at right now?
Well, my heart rate's fine. You know, we got a good team. We got a bunch of good players that play hard. We knew it would be this kind of game against them. We talked all week. You're going to get limited possessions because they're going to eat the clock. And they did a great job of that. And we didn't play great red area offense. And we didn't stop people on defense. We let them control the game a little bit with the tempo. But really proud of how our guys played.
You actually brought this to our attention, but you made some SEC history here. Only the third team in the last 40 years to win back-to-back undefeated play in your conference, back-to-back seasons. When you hear that, what does it mean to you?
Well, it means something for this program because I have immense respect for this league. And when you play in this league and you play on the road and you win 2 years in a row, it shows what kind of character your team has. It's tough. It's hard on the road. So that was the next step. That was kind of the momentum to play this, and now we got to get ready to go play a big rivalry game.
Thank you so much. We're going to talk to Kenny McIntosh right here. All right, Kenny, you eclipsed a 100-yard mark for the first time in your career. What made you so effective today?
Man, just I want to give a praise all up to my offensive linemen, being there, being physical, moving guys out the way. You know, we've been preaching that all week, and they came out here and executed. I want to give them all the praise. I thank God for giving me the ability to come out here and trust the holes that my O-lineman is opening up for me. So I give praise all to God and the Most High and my O-lineman.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
As a guy that's spent his time behind other guys and just kept working at it, and today has the game of his life to help Georgia to their victory. So, there you go. 11-0, still perfect. 8-0 conference, and Kentucky falls to 6-5 and 3-5. Now it's time for the play of the game, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. I'm not sure what I said, but here it is. To try to make it a one-score game. Sixth-year senior Matt Ruffalo, bad snap and a bad kiss. No good.
The laces were right at the kicker because of the bad snap. He did not have enough time to spin it.
Chance poor.